Rehan, hypothetically speaking, if the current acting president wins the elections on Wednesday and becomes the president on Wednesday by the votes in the parliament, and he invites Sajid Premadasa to become the prime minister, how will that relationship work? Clearly, it's been out in the open that the relationship is, it's worse than a divorced husband and wife, as you know, right? I mean, obviously, there's remarks on both sides. How will that relationship actually work? I mean, if are they going to cast their politics aside? I mean, come to think of it, they both came from the same party. How is that going to work for the country?
So basically, we've had a very bad experience with Mr. Wickramasinghe. And these are not just experiences that we have been going through since of late, but he was the leader of Sri Lanka, one of Sri Lanka's greatest ever political parties. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Ceylon Workers Congress, or the CWC, is the oldest party in Sri Lanka, but I think the UMP is close second or third. And he completely decimated a party and made it. Shaq, I was one of the first local councillors who actually wrote a letter to Mr. Wickramasinghe all the way back in 2019, telling him to hand over the leadership of the party to Sajid, and to join hands with Sajid and groom the next set of UMP leaders. But because of his pure hatred with Sajid, I mean, this man really hates him. I can tell you that by being in all these closed door discussions, he actually hates Sajid. And he thought that, even after we lost the presidency, he didn't allow us to even contest from UMP. He didn't even let us use that symbol. We had to go on a begging bowl and find parties. And the two choices we had was Diana Gamage and Ravi Karunanayake. So at that time, we chose Diana. That's pretty obvious. Why no? Right? Imagine contesting in a party with Ravi Karunanayake. I mean, that would have been horrendous. And then, this kept on continuing. And then we thought that after the UMP suffers the defeat that it had, that he would at least give the party back then. But no, he nominated himself to the soul. And this is from a man who told us that anyone who lost won't be taken from the national list. Right? Now, saying that he still managed to get himself to the national list, entered parliament 6 or 7 months later, and has been in our way ever since. So how do we trust a man like that? I mean, how can we? Because this is not just minutes of torture or hours of torture. This is decades of torture. He's been literally torturing us. So I mean, how can we place our trust in a man of that nature? So that is the problem that I have. So I, for one, will never ever trust Mr. Wickramasinghe after all the things that he's done to us. And if you read that letter, I mean, Shaq, when you all have time, please read that letter. It's still out in the open. I have actually commended him and I have pleaded with him. What did he do? Fired me in 4 days. Right? He sent me a letter suspending me. Yeah, then expel me from the party. Then I had to fight in court for about a year. Then I was removed as mayor when I had about another 2 years to go. Right? He did that all because he has this personal issue with whoever supports Sajid. But we didn't support Sajid by name. We supported the man who should have been the leader of the UMP, and that's still not given to us. So I really don't understand how we are going to trust this man, Shaq, and that's a huge trust issue that we are going to have if he wins on Wednesday.
So what is going to happen if it's actually given to you? If a prime minister post is given to Sajid and if Ranil wins, what is going to happen? What is SJB's stance? I'm sure you must have spoken about this.
That's an actual catch-22 phrase. We do and we'll be damned if we don't. So I really hope that your question is rhetorical. I hope it's not literal, right? And Anuruddha sir, all these are these little words I learned from during drama class, sir.
Thank you very much. Very well aptly put, I must say. But I have to say, technically. Sorry, go ahead.
And because of Sajid's Armageddon type language, even though we don't know it, all of us are learning new words every day.